Market potential for Louis Vuitton in India begins with the fact that India's market has shown a great amount of growth over the past decades. Consumers are becoming more aware of Western trends, which is a good sign as Louis Vuitton tries to market their luxurious goods in this untapped market. The percentage of Indians living below the poverty line has shrank from 55% to 26% in the 26 years from 1974 until 2000. At this point, 51% of their population is either 25 years or younger, which means that there is an imminent influx of nouveau rich in India's near future. With this will bring more extravagant expenditures by their consumers. In the statistics for Louis Vuitton, their rest of Asia sales have steadily increased in the fashion and leather segments from 2005 until 2007. A few drawbacks to the Indian market are the fact that luxury outlets are a new phenomenon in India, and infrastructure is lacking in luxury malls and luxury retail clusters, nor are they widely available. Louis Vuitton requires pristine conditions in an area before they will even consider opening up a store in order to maintain their luxurious image. For example, the bathrooms must be perfumed, and there cannot be any low-class restaurants or stores in the surrounding area. The idea of luxury is changing in India, and Louis Vuitton needs to keep up with this ever-changing concept. While the infrastructure may be lacking right now, India has been pushing luxury malls and luxury retail clusters. One way that Louis Vuitton could benefit from this is by helping them to properly plan these new luxury areas by sending over marketing strategists. Another thing that Louis Vuitton needs to take advantage of is the fact that the demand for luxury fashion products are rather low compared to new cars or luxury vacations. So one way that Louis Vuitton could create a demand for their products is by maintaining their viral marketing strategies of relying on high-profile business professionals or movie stars or music stars to flaunt their products. This will entice the soon-to-be nouveau rich generation to develop a loyalty to them when they purchase luxury fashion products.
So right now I'm going to talk about the niche market for LV in India. So the main target market and the motivation for the company to enter into India is the royal family and those Indian customers who shop for luxury goods abroad. So the company think that this is a good opportunity to expand the business into a new and developing country. However, starting from the independence of India, the country have been undergoing many changes and revolutions. So there is other type of niche market that LV could target it in India. For example, the sheer rich, the middle class, and the noble rich. Most of the middle class in India could be the new niche market for the company because they want to buy and shop for the luxury goods as a symbol and a status of themselves to differentiate themselves from the different class and to show that they have arrived at the new age, a new generations of India. However, I want to emphasize that the size of the population, especially the growing middle class, is not the only factor to determine the niche market for the company. Personally, I think that the GDP per capita and the income per household should be the main factor because even though there's a lot of people, but if they cannot afford to buy those products, then it would be useless to target them. So we should be target those people who have a high income and be able to afford to buy those luxury goods. And another important point is the taste, style, and the marketing mix and the exclusivity is also an important factor for the new niche markets in India.
Now we will look at the Indian customer profile. Currently in India, there are over 1 billion people. It's the second largest population in the world, and over half that population is under 25 years old. Currently, there are over 83,000 millionaires, not in the Indian rupee, but in the American dollar. This is because of the new elites that are rising up in the population. These elites are startup owners of myriad new businesses in technology, manufacturing, and services, professional CEOs, small and medium retailers, big brand franchisees, Bollywood actors, and politicians and bureaucrats. The two segments that are the most interesting are the Bollywood actors and the politicians and bureaucrats, because while they can wear Louis Vuitton, they also send an image to the other customers, potential customers. Now, how Louis Vuitton should react to this new market. They should try to market toward the nouveau riche. This is the younger population that purchases on impulse and not necessarily on the research or the product attributes, like how long the product will last or how it will keep its value. These purchases are made for self-indulgence, a feel-good factor, and emotional reasons. And like I said before, they're not concerned with the longevity or enduring value of the product. They're just focusing on how it makes them feel currently. One big step would be to get the loyalty of these customers. Because they purchase so much on impulse, they have a high chance of going from one brand to another. But if Louis Vuitton can get loyalty from these customers, they'll have a solid customer base that will continue to grow as the population gets more and more wealthy with the emerging market that has become.
So in this part, I'm going to talk about the marketing issue faced by the company. First of all, I would like to point out that having a good marketing strategy, a good marketing mix, and advertising is not enough. The company itself needs to create the demands for the product, meaning that they try to create the image that their product is a must-have product for the rich India, the sheer rich, the noble rich, and the middle class. Meaning that if they have the demand and create the image that those product is a must-have product, then those target market would come and buy this product because they think that this is a must-have product, that you need to have it in order to be rich or in order to be classified as rich in India. And the second problem that the company face is the place. First of all, the luxury mall standard in India is not good enough for the company, while the luxury hotel store have a very high fixed cost, which could lead to a low profit for the company. The third issue is that the Indian customer buying behavior for the luxury good are car or automobile, service, trips or vacation, then finally the luxury products. So the luxury product come last in those type of luxury goods. So the Indian customer would prefer to buy a luxury car or automobile or go on a luxury trip rather than buying the luxurious product. So the company itself should try to create the demand, which is very important, and try to show that luxury product is just as important as those luxury cars and those luxurious trips abroad as well, in order to attract those customers to change their mind from buying those car or going on the expensive vacation to buying those luxury product of LV. My friends also pointed out that literacy is also a problem for the marketing issue for the company. But due to the target market and the niche market of LV right now, literacy is the least problem for the company to care about. And I think that maybe in the future this could be a problem, especially if they want to target the middle class in India. The first problem of the marketing issue that the company faces is the customer retention, because the brand loyalty does not work in India because of the Indian customer. They like to try new stuff. They like to switch from one brand to another. So they would maybe have try other brand like Gucci or Prada. So they need to make sure that those customer who purchase LV would come back and repurchase it again. So you can do this by also create the demand for the products that LV is a must-have product, not Gucci, not Prada, but only LV is a must-have product in order to be classified as rich or share rich or noble rich in India. And the last problem that they face is that the ability to attract Indian customer who shop abroad to change their mind and shop in India instead. Because if those Indian customer who shop abroad still keep shopping abroad, it it could show the image to the new customer that the LV store or the LV product that is being offered in India is not good enough for them. So they would rather go abroad and buy from abroad. For example, they would go to Paris and buy those LV product. So if the company could attract those customers to change their mind and buy those product in India instead, it would even create more demand and the image that the LV is making a good progress in India as well. So here's just like some of my recommendation for the marketing issues. For example, the products, the LV. I think that the company should offer an exclusive and the customization of the product because Indian customer would like to buy something that they think it worth for the money. They don't want to buy a luxury product which they could see other people also have it as well. So by giving them the ability to customize the product, like having their name on it, it would give them the symbol and the status that they are different from the other and to differentiate them from the other class of India. And also for the pricings, the company could charge a high price for the product, but it must match the quality of the product because the Indian customer would not pay for something that do not think that it's worth the money. So come with high price, the quality of the product should be as good as the price as well. And for the place, I would suggest that the company would have one store in the luxury hotel and one store in the luxury mall, and you can see maybe over 2 or 3 years, and you can see the sale performance of each place, and then you can compare, and then you can decide whether you should just open it in only the luxury mall or the luxury hotel. And for the promotions, I think that the company have make a very good promotional activity such as those special events and invitations and those viral marketing, which is really good. And I think that the company should just continue with those uh, promotional activity. And I also suggest that the company should try to associate their product with the famous Bollywood star and other successful people. For example, the successful CEO or politicians in the Indian society, so that it could also create the image that LV is a must-have product. If you want to be successful, if you want to be rich, you need to be able to buy or to afford the Louis Vuitton products. And another thing to keep in mind is that uh, because of the changing customer, and the Indian customer is relatively different compared to the customer in Europe or in the US or in China. So the company must learn about their buying behavior and buying patterns to study them, maybe have a in-deep interview with like the loyal customer and see about their buying behavior and what lead them to the purchase of the products. And last and and the last one is to create the demands and the need for the product. It's just like I said in the previous slide, you need to create the demand and the need and the image that those people who want to be successful, who want to be rich, need to have this product, need to associate themselves with LV so that they could differentiate from the different class of India. And it would also create the customer retention, which lead to the customer buying LV again and again, which means that more profit for the company. So, thank you very much for listening to the presentations. Thank you. Goodbye.